Hey guys, how are you? I'm Jay, and today we're looking at a damn handsome Cold Steel Ultimate Hunter, model number 30ULH. So let's start. Let's talk about some of the features, and then we will look at what I like about this knife and some of the potential deal breakers. Now, make sure that you stick around until the end because I will display for you on the screen the full specs of this. This is the Cold Steel Ultimate Hunter, which happens to be, it's a manual action back lock, or referred to the more commonly triad lock. The blade is riding on bronze washers with, of course, that thin Teflon washer in between. Deployment, as you can see, is accomplished with just the thumb studs. 3.5 inch long blade you're looking at with a 3.35 millimeter thickness, and that is going to be good old CTS-XHP. Good stuff, good stuff. Handle 5 inches long, and now for the thickness of this handle I have two measurements for you because up towards the pivot it's at 0.62 inches, and the farther down you get to the pommel it widens a little bit to 0.65. Now the closed width, so how much room that this guy's going to take up in your pocket, you're looking at, it is over 1.5 inches, and that's at 1.61. If we flip this guy over, you can see it is, of course, closed construction, and that is just merely because of the design of the triad lock. Now let me go ahead and grab the scale for you guys so we can see how much this monster weighs. Now guys, before I go ahead and plop this up on the scale, I just wanted to show you that you can see there are absolutely no liners. Yeah, the handle is all just some thick slabs of G10. Let's see what we're looking at. Wow, less than I thought, guys. 4.8 ounces, which is going to be roughly the equivalent of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It looks like 6 AA batteries. Yeah, 4.8 ounces. That is really, really good for a knife with an overall length of 8.5 inches. Now, for comparison's sake, guys, I am just going to use other Cold Steel models exclusively because I think that there is enough of a difference between all of these so you can kind of get an idea of the true size. So of course on top you're looking at the Recon 1, then the Code 4, and the American Lawman. Now I also want to show you guys a couple other angles of these knives in their closed position so you can also see how different they are. Now, of course, here they all are closed in the very same order. So Recon 1, Ultimate Hunter, Code 4, and American Lawman. And you can see the handle size between the Code 4 and the Ultimate Hunter are pretty much the same. And it is, of course, smaller than the Recon 1 and yet larger than the American Lawman. There's one other view that I want to show you guys. All right, this is the last angle that I'm going to show you guys, but if you can see, again, now it's going to be the same order, so Recon 1, Ultimate Hunter, Code 4, and American Lawman. And you can see the ruler across the top and how it's sloping down towards the American Lawman. And if you notice, the Ultimate Hunter is not touching the ruler at all, which I was absolutely shocked by this, because just taking it out of the box, I thought for sure, I was like, oh my goodness, this thing is going to be huge in the pocket. But no, I mean, it's less huge than the Recon 1, than the Code 4, or even the American Lawman. So let's go ahead and really quickly just go through what I really like about this Ultimate Hunter. And we're going to start with the blade. I really do like this stubby looking blade. And it happens to be, it's a flat ground drop point, of course, and with a really nice, look at that satin finish, very nice. The handle Also has a very nice color. The flat black finish, that looks just, I mean, there is no shine whatsoever on these G10 scales. I also really appreciate this thick blade stock. And do you see how it maintains its thickness pretty close to the tip? So that is going to be one heck of a sturdy blade. The action here is just fantastic considering it's a backlock. I mean, you can flick it open, as you can see, and you can flick it closed. The center, absolutely perfect. And again, for a backlock, this thing is, I can't believe I'm going to say this, but it is fairly fidget friendly. Now in the hand, this is very, very comfortable. I mean, the contoured G10 scales, let's see if you guys can see that it is in fact contoured. Also, it has really, really good traction from the G10. I mean, this thing, it's comfortable in every possible grip. Look. Just unbelievably comfortable. I mean, there's even, do you guys see that? There's even indentation for like a pinch grip, and on the butt end, so at the pummel you can see, yep, look at that. Removed material, so for your thumb. I mean, that's incredible. There is just a little bit of jimping, and it's pretty wide jimping on the spine of the handle. The balance is perfect, and there is even sort of a forward finger choil. I mean, not in the traditional sense, you know, with the material being removed from the blade, but the handle right there is rounded really nicely, and since it's only sharpened up until right about this point, you guys can see that, so it really is kind of a forward finger choil. You can really get down and close for some of those intricate cuts. Now in the pocket, this guy is not as bad as I thought it would be. I mean, and of course they did throw in that extra pocket clip, so this is going to be just tip up only, but it's for righties and for lefties alike. Now, I was actually able to find this guy for about 94 bucks, which I think is a really good price. I mean, I've even seen this for as high as about 112, which still, really, to be honest, guys, it still isn't bad. I mean, it's pushing it, but it's not too bad. So now, of course, guys, we've got to get into some of the potential deal breakers. And just so you know, these are not all deal breakers for just me. They're, well, some of them are, and then others are just ones that I see that would be potential deal breakers for others. The blade to handle ratio is, well, it's not good at all. I mean, yes, you can pretty much operate this knife in every possible grip, but the compromise is there that you've got, you know, a pretty long 5-inch handle and you're looking at a 3.5-inch blade. So there is a good size gap, of course, right here between the blade tang and the scales, which is very common for cold steel knives. The closed width and the handle thickness are, well, they're not ideal. In your pocket, the bulk of this knife, okay, so it's going to be in your pocket. Here's the clip. The bulk of the knife really is at the wrong end. So this is going to be up towards the top, so then when you try to stick your hand in the pocket, you're going to have even, you know, less room to carry other things. The button is pretty darn stiff, and you can even hear it. Here we go, listen. Yeah. So yeah, it's a little bit stiff when compared to the other models I just had on the table. Now, that could, and it may even get better. Which is going to lead us into my recommendation here, guys. Well, if you don't have your everything goes to hell and this is the knife that I'm going to reach for, then yes, definitely. I mean, up until this point, that knife for me, that crap hits the fan knife, for me was the Recon 1. Not any longer. No. This, now the Ultimate Hunter, this is going to be the guy that I reach for. And I think that this knife is different enough from well, the popular Cold Steel models to really to justify the purchase. I mean, and again, the fact that this can be held in so many different grips is just great. It really is. Now guys, don't go away yet. You should be looking at the knife specs right now. So maybe, I don't know, pause and read. And don't forget guys, now click on that subscribe button if you're looking for knife reviews that get right to the point. Hey, I'll see you guys at the next video. Take care.